everybody, welcome back to Wrestling News Co.'s YouTube channel. I'm Samira, and today I'm joined by the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. How was your trip? I know you just came back from California.
It was excellent. I absolutely love going out to the West Coast. I can't wait to go back.
So you've been wrestling all over the place for the past few months. You were at NWA Empower, to AEW Dark Elevation, and now to Knockouts Knockdown, and so many other places. So what's it been like working with so many promotions within the past couple of months?
It's been hectic as usual. You know, my traveling schedule is pretty insane most of the time, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And I've been the happiest I've ever been just traveling across the United States and wrestling everywhere.
So recently, you were at Knockouts Knockdown, and what was going through your head when you saw, Gail Kim come to the ring and when she offered you a contract?
Well, at first, I was trying to explain to myself why she was coming out. You know, I was like, man, maybe we went like a little overtime with like the entrances or something like that. I'm like, all right, whatever. They're probably sending out like the next segment, and I'm just gonna take myself to the back. And then she just turns towards me. She's like, no, come here. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? And the rest is history. Y'all saw the clip go around on Twitter that she offered me a contract, and it was just like proof that I had done everything right while I did it. I did everything my way because I've had quite the unconventional career so far, and it still paid off and worked out, and it was just an incredible moment.
Now, you got to work with Gail at NWA Empower as well as Mickie James and some of the knockouts. Now, what was that like, from working with them there and now going to work with them like within Impact Wrestling?
It's really awesome, and it's an honor to work with so many talented and smart women who are only going to help me elevate myself and my skills, and together we can elevate the company and elevate women's wrestling.
Now, who are some of the knockouts that you hope to face while you're in the knockouts division?
All of them, but at this immediate moment I have my eyes on Mickie James and Alicia Edwards.
Now, Mickie James just became the new Knockout Women's Champion. How are you feeling about that?
I think it's really awesome, and all of my love and congratulations towards Mickie, but she's going to have to defend that belt sometime, and she knows exactly what I'm capable of. So
Mickie, put together NWA Empower, like we were talking about. You were a part of NWA Empower. What was that feeling like, being a part of, history with all those amazing people?
It was incredible. There's so many times in the past years where I've said that I wanted to work for the NWA, because of their rich history in wrestling, and to be able to wrestle at the Chase and, for Empower, which was the first show back in so many years, and it was an all women's show. There's so many layers of how awesome that was that I just can't even go into describing it all. So it was just an incredible night overall.
Now, what was it like seeing Awesome Kong there? She got to be a part of it, and then she had her retirement. What was it like being there with her?
It was really awesome. I didn't know that she was going to be there. I don't think the rest of us really knew either. So it was a pretty cool surprise.
So, besides wrestling, you did hold your own show, Borscht at the Beach, with Beyond Wrestling. So what was that like, putting together a show and like doing the behind the scenes work as well?
It's a lot of work, but the show, it was really awesome. And if you haven't seen it, it is up on IWTV. You can find the replays there on demand. One of the coolest things ever. I didn't think I'd be running my own show anytime soon, especially didn't think I'd be running a show and, working with Beyond. And that was just something that's really awesome. And I'm really glad that happened.
Would you ever want to hold your own show again, or no, you don't think you could do it?
I mean, yeah, I'll probably do it in the future, man. Like, probably.
So, with the end of the year approaching, is there any other, promotion you're hoping to wrestle for, or anyone that you're hoping to wrestle before the end of 2021 at all?
I've got a lot of people who I want to wrestle, a lot of places that I want to work. Probably not going to happen in these last couple of months of the year because everything's winding down and everything's already booked up. But the future is bright. 2022 is going to be an exciting year, and I am nowhere near ready to stop. I'm ready to wrestle everybody everywhere. And I just shared a tweet, actually. Somebody asked who they wanted to see facing Ruby Soho now that she was coming back to Beyond. And Tom's Customs put out that teaser earlier in the year, and I demand that we give the people what they want and what I want, which is that match.
It'll definitely be exciting to see you against Ruby Soho. Fingers crossed it happens.
There you go.
So, like we were talking, you do travel a lot on the road, and I always love to ask, was there any crazy or weird story times that you have, maybe a fan experience or something that happened?
I've had a lot. The one that my go-tos are always when I used to wrestle up in Canada, and I did the, the Northern Death Tour, going across the frozen lakes and all that stuff. And just like one night, it was supposed to be like a 6-hour drive, but it turned into like 14 hours. We kept getting stuck because the road was not even supposed to be open or accessible. And we had to like pull the ring out of the back of the truck, push the truck out, reload the ring and like all the equipment, and then like drive 40 feet and get stuck again, and just keep doing that, and like keep crawling out of the van and like hitching it up and like pulling it out. It's just like, it was such a mess. And by the time we actually got to this community, we had to drive over the lake, and there was like an inch of water on top of it because it was melting. So by the time we got to the school, we're just like, fucking thank God we're not dead and we're still here. So we're like, all right, we're just gonna go sleep on this gymnasium floor and wrestle for the next 3 days. So that was a really interesting time in my life, but no regrets. Totally glad I did that.
Oh my gosh, thank God you guys were all safe. That is so crazy.
There was more gruesome stories that happened where people did not end up so fortunate. They weren't wrestlers, but it gets grisly up there, if you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh. So you posted on Twitter the other day, and I was like, we have to talk about this. Is you like kiwi on your pizza? Now, like, how did that come to be?
Well, it goes because my theory of pineapple on pizza, which is don't do it the way that like Hawaiian slices do it, where you like bake the pineapple. That's just terrible, man. Take like a plain cheese slice and just take a diced pineapple and put raw pineapple on it and eat it, because then it's delicious and tangy and pizza. And like kiwi is kind of like in the same citrus family, I guess. So it works the same, and I think kiwis are great.
Do you enjoy any other fruits on your pizza? I don't know if it was another wrestler that told me or somebody that I know, but somebody told me they enjoy strawberry on their pizza.
See, I haven't ventured into the berries yet, but I mean, hey, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out one day.
You were working with Camp Leapfrog as well. Like, we worked there together. And was there anyone that you would hope to wrestle with as well?
Do we still book Hollow Wicked at Camp Leapfrog? Because I want that match to happen.
Yeah, I believe he was there at the show before.
Yeah. Well, anyways, make that match happen, Camp Leapfrog.
So I always love to end all my interviews with fun questions. So as we are now in Halloween, it's quickly approaching. Do you have any fun Halloween things coming up or fall plans that you're excited to do?
Well, my Halloween plans are going to involve wrestling at the H2O and FMW Destiny show, which I'm super pumped for. So I'm going to have a great Halloween this year. And I'll like put on a costume. I don't know. I have like my Freddy mask over there. I got my cool Freddy Vans. So maybe I'll just do Nightmare on Elm Street because that totally rules.
I was about to ask, like, are you going to dress up? I know some other wrestlers like to dress up as each other, and it's like a whole funny bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, you never know what I'm going to come up with. So just keep watching me wrestle, guys.
Do you have a favorite Halloween candy?
Midnight Milky Way.
Ooh. I don't think I've heard of the midnight part. I know Milky Way is what's like a midnight Milky Way?
It's the like dark chocolate version, and it has like marshmallow in it. It's seriously really bomb.
Oh my gosh, I need to try that. I've never heard of that before.
It's so good.
Masha, thank you so much for joining me today. Can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
You guys can find me on my Patreon, my Instagram, and Twitter, all at Masha Slamovich. And I've got a Pro Wrestling Tees shirt site, which is also under Masha Slamovich.
So you can find Masha's all her stuff on this description below. Masha, thank you so much again for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.